She'll be here. We gonna start right at 6:30. I thought I put my phone on silent. Okay. Oh, okay, there we go. I'll give you a second to get yourself situated. No, I said I'm gonna give you a second to sit down before I start. And we got a short. Everything should be short, in and out, make it sweet.
Yes, indeed. I want to hit everything.
I was gonna give you a second. Get the thoughts together. Nah. Okay, all right. I would like to call the Flint Board of Education regular board meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. Board members, as I call your name, please say present for the record. Treasurer Luna is absent. Trustee Rutherford.
Present.
Trustee King is absent. Vice President McNeil.
Present.
Assistant Secretary Treasurer McIntyre.
Present.
Secretary Perkins.
Present.
And myself, President Clack, I am present. So I will now call upon Secretary Perkins to read the district's mission statement and first statements in the standard of practice.
Okay. The district mission statement. It is the mission of the Flint School District to develop a community of learners who are prepared to live, work, and contribute in an ever-changing society. Flint Board of Education standards of practice. In order to provide outstanding leadership and better serve the Flint community schools, we, the members of the Flint Board of Education, commit to the following standards of practice. Number one, we will be consistent in our dealings with each other, as well as students, staff, and community.
We will model trustworthiness and honesty in our relationships with each other, with our superintendent, and with our constituents.
We will focus on the common goal of providing the best education possible for the students in the Flint Community Schools.
We will respect the diverse views that each of us bring to the organization, as well as the view of others that we interact with as we carry out the business of the Board of Education.
We will be open and authentic with each other, our staff, and community.
As we work to make decisions, we will focus on issues, not personalities.
Our decisions will be student-centered and based on objective facts.
We will practice good listening skills to better understand our fellow Board of Education members and constituents.
Okay, oops, excuse me. All right, I seek a motion and a second to approve the minutes from September 13th Board Committee of the Whole meeting and the September 20th, 2023 regular board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded. Are there any corrections? Any corrections? Okay, seeing none, the motion to approve the minutes from the September 13th, 2023 Board Committee of the Whole meeting and the September 20th, 2023 regular board meeting will be conducted by a roll call vote. As I call your name, say yes or no to approve the motion. Secretary Perkins?
Yes.
Trustee McIntyre?
Yes.
Vice President McNeil?
Yes.
Trustee Rutherford?
Yes.
Trustee King is not here. Trustee Luna is not here. Myself, President Clack, approves, so that motion passes 5-0. Okay, the board will now hear comment from the public. We ask that you state the reason for addressing the board and that you limit your remarks to 3 minutes on matters within the authority of the board and not address individuals by name. The presiding officer of the board shall have the right to limit the number of persons who may address the board on that same subject. Please state your name and address first before beginning to speak.
Good evening, Flint Community Schools Board. President Clack, did you say state my name and address?
Yes, sir.
Address? Okay. Chad Slosher. I live at 2402 Nolan Drive on the west side of Flint in the beautiful Mott Park neighborhood. I'm a parent of 3 students at Durant Terry Mott Elementary School in the Montessori program. And I just wanted to make sure you all are aware of some challenges that the Montessori program is facing. You may be well aware of this. I don't know. I just wanted to use 3 minutes to make sure. The Montessori program was started about 7 years ago to provide like an alternative and creative form of education. One thing I love about it is that instead of in a traditional classroom, you might say 2 o'clock, we're all going to sit in our desks and do math and work in our math books. In a Montessori classroom, the kids will create a work plan for the day, and math won't be a time in the day, it'll be a corner of the room. And so that creates opportunities for them to use their natural curiosity to explore and to learn and to take initiative in their learning. So it's really beautiful when it's functioning properly. Unfortunately, right now, there's no teachers in the Montessori program. The kindergarten classroom, the 1 to 3 classroom, and the 4 to 6 classroom all have a revolving door of substitutes, and that's been quite challenging for the families. I think the Montessori program could be and has been for our family one of the really beautiful things about FCS and could be a growth opportunity. I'd love to see more programs, like unique programs offered to Flint kids, like maybe an immersion, language immersion program and things of that nature as well. So I think saving the Montessori program could be really important to, what did this say on number 3, creating the best possible education for the students in Flint Community Schools. So I want to put a name out there that I'd love for you all to write down and to keep an eye on. Chase Wesley. Just write that down in your notes if you don't mind. Chase Wesley. She's the assistant director of the Montessori Training Center at Xavier University. She's from Flint, and she's looking to move back here and could be a key partner for us in rescuing and creating a future for this program. So just keep an eye on that name. Hopefully you'll hear it more in the coming days. But I don't know exactly what role all of y'all might have in hiring, but I just wanted to take a moment to advocate and to make sure you're aware about the challenges and the real need for teachers in the Montessori program at DTM. Thanks.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Good evening, Board of Education. Felicia Neymark. I'm a Clio resident, but I am a direct hire in-person speech-language pathologist at Durant Terry Mott. And if I have time left on my time, I will speak a little bit about what was just mentioned about our Montessori program. But I have 2 main things to be up here about tonight. And the first one is I did not see on tonight's agenda the hiring of several staff members that were on last week's agenda. So that was, for example, the SST, Mrs. Schnell-Ennis, and the one-on-one parapro, Mr. Hamlin, that were on the committee of the whole last week. But I don't know if perhaps last week it was moved later in the meeting and I was distracted and didn't see that they got hired, or if it happened at Monday's special meeting. So I just wanted to question that. The other thing, many of you know, my soapbox issue, as I call it, or one of my soapbox issues has been the number of virtual or distance learning service providers we have for our LSS services and our lack or low number of MTSS counselors or personnel within the district. So one of our ancillary staff members or providers has been talking for a while. We've kind of talked about different ideas, and he's been talking about some things, and I said, write it up, and one of us will go present it to the board. So he refers to it as Project SOS, Save Our Students or Save Our Scholars. And the purpose is to develop and create learning environments that utilize a sustainable pipeline of new graduate clinicians with the intent of maximizing the learning capacity of students with special needs. Our problem is that inner city schools typically have significantly higher rate of children with special needs as compared to the students in more affluent districts. This is due to a multitude of factors ranging from poor parental care to environmental life traumas. There's a decreased amount of qualified speech-language pathologists, medical social workers, clinical psychologists, and special education teachers to meet the growing demands of students in the urban school system. A solution could be the Flint Community School System is a representative sample of the disparity which exists in the American public school system. On average, most districts have between 4 and 7% of their student population requiring special education services. According to the Michigan Department of Education, urban schools, and specifically Flint Community Schools, serve a population which is 3 to 5 times greater than that amount. Flint Community Schools could serve as a pilot program to demonstrate the feasibility and effectiveness of an innovative approach of providing quality care to a marginalized community. And I hope you'll let me keep going, and even though my 3 minutes is almost up. The program description: by creating a financial incentive for students enrolled in Masters in Social Work, especially school social work, speech and language pathology, clinical psychology, and special education programs, it would ensure that students with special needs will receive the quality interventions to maximize their learning capacity. As far as Masters in Social Work, there are 10 MSW programs in Michigan: University of Michigan, Michigan State University, Wayne State University, Central Michigan, Western Michigan, and Eastern Michigan Universities, Grand Valley State University, Spring Arbor, Ferris State, and Saginaw Valley State University. Students are required to complete a year of clinical internship before taking their
Point of
licensing
information, ma'am.
exam.
Excuse me.
Students apply, yes.
We've got to wrap up. Do you have this information where you can give it to us so we can read it?
I have one copy, but I can scan it tomorrow and send it out to you if you would like that.
Can you please?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Can you step over and we get your contact information? Can we get her contact information? Can you step?
Contact
We're going to get your contact information.
Send it to the
Yes.
administrator.
Yeah, fnaymark@flintschools.org. So,
Can you say that a little bit slower, please?
fnaymark, Naimark, @flintschools.org.
How do you pronounce your
Okay.
last name? How do you?
Naymark.
This is me right here, right here. How do you pronounce your last name?
Naymark
Ms. Naymark?
is my,
We approved that last week. That's why you don't see it on this agenda.
Yeah.
as far as the hiring?
It was approved,
Okay,
yes, ma'am.
thank you,
You're
yes.
welcome. And
Thank
MTSS also was approved.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Naymark. Is that Coach?
Good evening, board members.
How you doing, Coach?
Hi, I'm Tony Holliday. I am a product of the Flint school system, from Doyle to Martin to Bryant to Lowell and the mighty Northwestern Wildcats.
That's not necessary, sir.
I'm also a very proud General Motors retiree. I've worked in education for 45 years, 31 as a high school basketball coach and 15 as a college coach. I've always felt that the saving grace for the public school system is the after-school programs. So I'm very proud to be back and to be a part of the tremendous organizations. One led by Dr. Jamerson. I attended the open house this morning. Incredible, incredible. Along with representing the Flint affiliation, I'm gonna coach one of the 15 and under basketball teams. And we're organizing a fundraiser for the Flint affiliation. You all are welcome to come out. You gotta forgive me because of my allergies. But at 2 o'clock over at McGonigal Elementary School off Jennings and Pearson, we're gonna lay out the true picture and blueprint of how we're gonna bring pretty much some different one-stop shop programs here, collaborate with other partners, and we would love for you guys to come out. I know oftentimes you don't get people to come in and give you credit where what we see and what you're doing and what I've been able to see. So I'm very proud to be back. I'm very excited about what I see, and it's time for us to flip Flint back where it once was. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Holly.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else that would like to address the board? Okay, thank you, everyone. Continuing with the agenda, I now turn the floor over to the Executive Director of Academics, Ms. Kelly Fields, for the action items and information reports.
Good evening, Mr. Clark and board members. I seek a motion and second from this board to approve resolution number 1117, approval of the trade contractors for the Potter renovations.
So moved.
I'll support.
Second.
Okay, has it been properly moved and seconded? Is there any discussion?
Sure. President Clark.
Trustee Rutherford?
Hello, gentlemen. How are you? Good. Is this that one where you guys received the most bids you ever seen in your life?
Between the two, absolutely.
Between the two?
100%, yes. 126
Oh, Lord.
total.
Wow. Well, I'm listening. Tell us what's, I saw the PowerPoint. Thank you for that. I thought that was very detailed and easy
Thank you.
flowing. Made a lot of sense. Of course, I just want you guys to, with it being so many, that's why I'm glad.
Pardon me?
With it being so many bids, you know, that's why I'm kind of glad you guys are here. How did you, is that process complete? Am I understanding that correctly?
Absolutely.
Okay,
If we go to the second
go ahead.
slide. So we received bids on Monday, the October 9th, 64 total bids for Potter. We completed the post-bid reviews the following day, so it was all-day marathon. And in that, I will say a couple of different contractors are so excited about this job. They actually have employees that have families that go to some of these schools, that they were excited that they had an opportunity to bid it and see the progress. It was just, it was quite amazing to listen to them as we're going through the process. We can slip to the next slide. So you can see it's kind of difficult, but I think on Potter, there's a total of 5 companies or trade partners that are within the city of Flint themselves. And then there's 2 other ones, Burton and Clio, so that's still Genesee County of the total. So it was just an amazing turnout for Potter. We finished that process. Then on the following day, Wednesday, if you go to the next slide, is when we completed Holmes post-bid. So we received 62 bids total for Holmes, and we completed that same process in a marathon day on Wednesday so that we could prepare this document for the board meeting. So if you go to the next slide, once again, I think there's 4 that are City of Flint, and then Clio, and I'm not sure. I think New Lothrop might be not in Genesee County, but it's close. Bay City, you can see the spread. So a lot of interest throughout this process on these 2 projects, and a lot of excitement just listening to all the bidders when we open the bids on the 9th. So
I got a quick question. Are these bids all, they're separated
correct.
into certain things? Okay.
There's I think 14 bid categories in one, and I think there's 12 in the other.
Okay, that makes a big difference. I was like, why are the numbers?
Yeah, those are the low responsible bidders for each bid category
Okay.
in each trade. Yes.
Okay, so each trade is broken out, and at the bottom, I'm seeing the total of all the trades at the bottom, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'm
And then
looking
you
at-
see a number which is general conditions, which is 3% of that total, which is monies that the school, we asked for authorization for dumpsters and that kind of things, porta potties that we put on site. And then the next piece is contingency, so that's construction contingency. Because of being renovation work, we don't know what we don't know until we open things up. And that, once again, is managed. We manage it, but the approval process comes through the school as things are identified that are not in the plans or specs.
Okay, so you mentioned the general condition costs.
Correct.
Okay, that was the dumpsters and stuff,
That's
correct?
dumpsters, porta potties, miscellaneous other things that
Okay.
come up.
And
Correct.
contingencies. Okay, I had went back to Potter. I'm looking at this on my phone. That hurts my neck, sorry.
I got that. That's
Okay,
fine.
I'm gonna catch up to you. I don't want to monopolize if anyone else have questions. I'm just looking.
I already looked over it. Okay, I'm sorry. Trustee McIntyre?
This isn't necessarily for Clark Construction, but this is looking forward, and I mean, it is related, looking forward, when we've come to the completion of spending for the ESSER funds. I know that our contract with you, Clark, is completed. Mr. Henderson, this is kind of like how we like to see the bid process, with this enthusiasm, with a preponderance of bidders. Is this going to be something that we'll continue to do moving forward, even in the absence of Clark?
That's our whole goal, is to create this enthusiasm and carry it forward. I have a bid out right now currently for the floor in the gym, and went out to 4 different contractors to do that, and that's without Clark's help or anything on that.
Okay, because this, yeah, I would like to, this is fantastic, and thank you very much, and I'd like to just, see more of this moving forward, and this is really good progress, I think, from what we've been doing in past years or past decades. Thank you.
Vice President McNeil?
Hi, I just want to thank both of you and your team for putting the work that you have done. And this is precisely, how I like to look at how bids come and how you analyze your data. And hopefully, with Chris, that as we move forward to other projects, that we keep that same goal, because Mr. Clark-Head is on the line here as we move towards Northwestern. But you guys are doing a fantastic job. I know that even though we're about a year behind because of other things, but look like we're on target again. So I appreciate that, because we lost a year and look where we're at now. And I appreciate that you listened to the board and you jumped right on it. Great job.
Yeah, great job.
President Clark.
Yes, ma'am. Vice President, I'm sorry, Trustee Rutherford.
Thank you guys for as diverse, all these different cities throughout Michigan. That's good. And I'm just looking at the cost with everything. It looks really reasonable to me. I didn't see anything outlandish, so I appreciate you all looking at that. Go ahead.
I can also say that right now, we are currently trending roughly 10% under our estimates.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's been a positive as well.
I don't want to perceive that I know this type of work, but I know numbers. So I just wanted to really publicly say thank you, because you guys truly did a concerted effort on this. I can truly see where you all stepped up into providing what the board asked for, and I just want to say thank you for that, because this was tedious, but it makes a difference to where a lay person can look at this and see exactly where every dollar is going. So thank you very much. I truly appreciate you all for that.
So do we.
Okay, any more discussion?
No, not from everybody.
All right, seeing no further discussion, the motion to approve Resolution 11.17, the approval of trade contractors with Potter Renovations for adoption, will be conducted by a roll call vote. As I say your name, please say yes or no to approve this motion. Treasurer Luna is absent. Trustee King is also absent. Trustee Rutherford?
Yes.
Vice President McNeil?
Yes.
Trustee McIntyre?
Yes.
Secretary Perkins?
Yes.
Myself, President Clark, vote yes. The motion passes 5-0. Okay. Ms. Fields?
I also seek a motion and a second from the board to approve Resolution 11.18, approval of the trade contractors for the homes renovations.
So moved.
Support.
Okay, has there been properly moved and seconded? Is there any discussion? Okay,
Just a reiteration of well done, and thank you.
Ready
Yeah.
to
No,
get
thank you.
started.
That's what we want to say.
thank you. Okay, yes, go ahead.
No, go ahead and take your roll.
You want to, is it discuss? Go ahead.
Yeah, now that we're getting all of this done, it's related to Potter. We have not started anything over there, right? Working on Potter?
We have started the auditorium project, which was previously approved.
That's what I thought, okay.
That we started. We've also started the roof replacement at Potter,
Okay.
which was previously approved, and we're getting ready to start the high roofs over at Holmes. Once again, it was previously approved.
Oh, okay, looking for,
And then I started the asbestos abatement this week in the
Okay.
building in the east wing. So that started Monday after you guys gave me approval last week.
That's great.
Thank you.
great job, thanks.
Great job.
Okay, any more discussion? Okay. All right, seeing no further discussion, the motion to approve Resolution 11.18, the approval of trade contractors, Holmes Renovations for adoption will be conducted by a roll call vote. As I say your name, please say yes or no to approve this motion. Treasurer Luna is absent. Trustee King is absent. Trustee Rutherford.
Yes?
Vice President McNeil.
Yes,
Trustee McIntyre.
Yes.
Secretary Perkins.
Yes.
Myself, President Clark, yes. The motion passes 5-0. Okay. Ms. Fields.
Just one general update for
Thank you,
our
guys.
public and for our board. I just wanted to make sure that we recognize this month, National Principals Month. I couldn't be happier with the administration that serves our young people in our community. It has been a great pleasure to be their supervisor and to be able to support them in the work that they do across the district. And I find that it's important just to make sure that we lift them up in this national month. There's a day that's in the end of the year that's actual National Principals Day, but we're celebrating them all of this month. So I just wanted to make sure that we acknowledge the very good work of our administration here at Flint Community Schools.
Thank you, Ms. Fields.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay. Do any board members have any comments or remarks before we adjourn?
I do. President Clark.
Okay.
You just made me remind me of something. Has the principal position at Holmes been posted? You know when? Because someone had inquired about it.
I think that it's been recently posted this week.
As in Monday or Tuesday?
I think so.
Okay. I just want to say to everyone, it's a lot going on in the district, and one of the things that was brought to my attention that I really want to make sure that security is aware of is the gang-related incidents that has came inside the schools. I haven't heard anyone talk about that, but I would really like to just have information on that, because it seems as though they're prevalent at Southwestern. And I don't know the name of the gangs, but I just think that's something we need to get on top of, because if it get to someone my age, it's just totally just overflowing at the age where they can be really impacted. And also, with the approval of the renovations to go on at Northwestern, I was going to seek just ask, I won't do it now, I'll wait till everyone's here, to create a committee to have ongoing discussions to keep it going. And I think, Mr. Clark, not to try to tell you what to do, but since that's been your baby since we've been on board, is the sports and facilities, I think that would be great for you to oversee, to bring it from cradle to career.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay. Vice President McNeil.
Yes, I do want to make a comment as it regards to, are you done? Is you- As it regards to the public addressing us regarding teachers. We can get teachers, I have teachers that come from another state, certified in early childhood education, certified in English, but they're from another state. And this is at the state level and also dealing with the union. If you're licensed in one state, you should be licensed to come to any state. Certified is certified, but that is the holdup. So we have to look at how do we get teachers. We can't pull them out of the hat. And you have your guest teachers, your sub-teachers. We got to look at how we can utilize them outside of abusing them and saying they just a sub. They're not just a sub. They're fulfilling a job that can't be fulfilled, and they're at that particular job because they love doing what they're doing. We just ask that these other teachers in this district support these substitute teachers as they navigate through this system. But right now, it's challenging. And we can get teachers, we can get them from HBCU, but they come certified somewhere else, and they get here, and you want them to go in and guest teacher with a master's degree, and then the charter school picks these teachers up. And they pay them pretty decent wages. I think there's somewhere, somebody gonna have to come to common sense and say, hey, you can come here and teach, and maybe you have 6 months to get this Michigan certification, but we're gonna have to work together to get this here, because guess what? We can argue at the negotiation table, but it's the student. The greatest concern is what is best for the students. And we cannot get to that point if we cannot make some type of agreement what our teachers look like. If we can recruit all day long, but when they get here to Flint Community School, the door is slammed. And then the charter school are picking up our teachers. So the board hear you, but it's got to do a lot of negotiation, as well as from the state level and across the table. Thank you.
Secretary Perkins.
Yes. I'm going to piggyback on what Dr. McNeil said. I was at a conference recently, and I happened to sit next to the state rep. And so I voiced those very concerns that Dr. McNeil just voiced. And she assured me that at the higher education level, they are having those talks, because my daughter, for one, has come from Texas after over 30 years, and she's been a teacher for over 15, a debate coach, got her bachelor's and master's, and they want them to come here and do all kind of recertifications. Doctors don't have to recertify when they come from another state. They're still doctors. So I think, and I posed it to her that way, but she said that they are in negotiations, and so if that means that some of us board members have to get in touch with the legislative side, I don't have a problem with it.
No, you don't.
That's where I'm at.
Trustee McIntyre.
Yeah, and I'm not, I know we're not specifically supposed to be like addressing comments from the public, but we can, yeah, we can. And I would just like to reiterate that these special programs that are being requested, we used to have them, and we used to have really more robust programs. I mean, we still have the Montessori program, but it's a good reminder to note that these are the things that bring in enrollment. And so I'm just reaching out to administration I know that you're on it. I know that, programs like Montessori and, other specializations are, especially when it comes to early childhood, it's really great to have like one classroom do this, one classroom do that, so that parents can have, some options and some pull, so that we can get some, outside enrollment and some additional enrollment. So I'm just, piggybacking on that and saying, what can we do and how can the board help you move forward, looking at these programs. I mean, I want the IB program and dual enrollments and at the secondary level, but also at the intermediate levels as well. Any kind of specialization, special programs. I'm glad to take note of the particular names and know that we've got some alum that are eager and willing to come back to help maybe pilot some new programs. I think the public suggestions are exciting, and I would really like us to, take note of them and follow up on them. So.
I actually already have contacted Chad while we were sitting up here, and I got the phone number, and we'll be not only reaching out to Chase, but me and him already have made an appointment to speak with each other this weekend.
I knew you'd be on it. I knew you'd be on it, Ms. Fields. I just wanted to say it publicly in an open meeting, just to, make sure that we're all on the same page and we're all being transparent and you know, this is exciting. I think, you know, we're moving forward and everyone can see that, and I'd like everybody to see that too.
And cause to correction as well, I had told Ms. Rutherford that our posting for that Holmes principal was posted. It's not been posted yet. It is in the process of being posted, though. I just went ahead and referenced our emails. So I just wanted to make sure that I was on the record for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So I guess that just leaves me. I would just like to say thank you, Coach Holliday, for coming up. Thank you, everyone else, for coming up. But I will be at the meeting on Saturday. Also, I think Mel is,
Could you reiterate the time on that, too?
it's at 2 o'clock in McMonagle. I've been in contact with Mr. Bryant and Mr. Munnerlin and Judge Beagle. I think Mel has spoken to some people also, Mr. Bryant and Judge Beagle. So we're gonna get together. Hopefully we can get this thing up. McMonagle Elementary. It's on what is that, Jennings Road? Yes, on Jennings Road. At 2. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had. Secretary Perkins.
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate that Ms. Edwards that was here the other night. They're having a trunk or treat Friday.
Okay.
And we did do some donating already, but you all, we got to help our kids stay safe. And that was 5 o'clock at Brownell. At Brownell.
Okay. Is that it? Okay, the Board of Education will hold this Board Committee of the Whole meeting Wednesday, November 8th at 6:30 p.m. here at Accelerated Learning Academy. Seeing no further business of the board, I declare this regular board meeting adjourned, 7:06 p.m.